Phil, good evening.
Oh, it's good to be here, Bruce. I've been waiting around for hours.
Where would you be if you weren't here?
A very good question. In bed asleep, I imagine. But I can have a bit of a snooze in
Now,
here.
always with the Melbourne Cup, there's a rags to riches story, and there's none better than the syndicate that owned Prince of Penzance.
Tell me more.
A podiatrist, a couple of engineers, an IT consultant, a solutions expert and a producer bought a couple of tried racehorses but found only limited success after chipping in $5,000 each.
Yeah.
The horse they'd fallen in love with, Prince of Penzance, has beaten the odds. This is this morning. This is before the running of the race. It was a pure last throw at stumps. We didn't even know that he would make the racetrack. We had no money left for more horses, so we prepared to get out of the game if he was no good. We have no expectations. Just to have a runner in the race is unbelievable. We were planning to enjoy the day, soak up the atmosphere.
Yeah, wonderful.
Isn't it wonderful? I love reading this. Adding to the take, Michelle Payne, who will ride Prince of Penzance as the only female jockey into the Cup field. I've been looking forward to this race on this horse for a couple of... I think he'll make his presence felt. He's going better than ever. I think that's wonderful.
Oh, yeah, a rags to riches story, isn't it?
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah, a real outsider. The bookies had a field day today, didn't they?
Nobody backed it, nobody selected.
The odds would have been terrific in your favour.
Yes.
Yeah, hats off to Michelle Payne and the trainers,
Imagine the owners tonight at the old, where would they be?
Duke of Kent or the Oxford Hotel, perhaps? The Dover?
No, they'd be at Henry Low's. Where would they be? The
Flower Drum.
Flower Drum.
Yeah, and they deserve
drinking up
to
the
be.
martinis and getting stuck in a duck.
Yeah, and pouring French empress into the cup.
That's where Bart Cummings went every Melbourne Cup night.
Yes, he did. Now, tell me, did his horse qualify for the Cup today or not?
Oh, I don't know.
It had to win on Saturday, I think. Nobody seems to know.
When you go to the Cup with a group of blokes, do you ever regret dressing up as a nun or a lemon? Or a lemon? Do you ever regret that on the way home in the Preston tram? Do you ever regret that?
I suppose it's letting your hair down, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but
is it harmless?
3 hours of wandering around in that.
Yes, I don't know. Maybe it's a one day of the year when they want to get into
no,
drag.
But you're ever sick to death of wandering around in that costume?
Yeah, well, I've never had the urge to dress as a nun. No, I've my habits. So there we are. You might like to ring in and tell us if you're at the Cup today.
Yeah, what was the omen? What was the thing you woke up with? The bolt up right in bed today and said, yes, it's Penzance. That's the one that's going to do it. What swayed you?
I noticed in the Herald Sun, all the celebrity tipsters, only one from, I think, Nova Radio,
yeah, you're right.
tipped the winner.
You're right.
Only one.
Yes.
Yeah, it was...
I wouldn't have mentioned
as I said,
station.
We all coexist, don't we?
No, we do.
We can't pretend they don't exist.
No, we do.
Oh, yes. So there we are. Tell us about your day at the Cup.
Now, unless you go to the Cup or have a Cup party, is it a very boring day? And what are the boring days of the year?
Yes. Well, the race is all over in 3 minutes.
Because unless you've got something planned, unless you're going to a lunch or unless you're going to a cocktail party or get-together, it's a wasted day.
You'd be silly to waste the day. You'd plan to do something, wouldn't
No,
you?
it is a wasted day for a lot of people.
Well, shops open today, let me ask you.
No,
Like the big shopping complexes?
Somewhere.
Good question to ask, isn't it?
No.
Maybe you went to a movie if you wanted to escape the races.
So how did you feel in today? What was the omen? Did you go to the Cup? Did you go down to the shop in the shopping centre and place a bet? And how much did you make?
Well, let me tell you about my wonderful day. Oro and I...
Hello, Pat.
Oh, hello, boys.
Yes, Pat.
Yes, I didn't back the Prince, but I'm so glad she won.
So am I.
Yeah, what a great race.
It was.
It was.
And what a good call by Greg Miles as well.
Great win, wasn't it, for her?
Yeah.
It was, yes. I had second and third,
Oh, good.
and I think it was fourth. A trip to Paris.
Yeah.
Oh, good. That was my selection.
But I'm so glad she won.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Sarah lost first place, but I think she deserved it. And she come from a big family,
Yes,
right?
he does. He does.
Yeah, 10.
Hmm.
So they've been battlers, and they've got there. I think they were all racing family.
Yes.
Yeah, so good on her.
Oh, yeah, we echo those sentiments. Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Okay, Pat, thank you very much. Thank you for ringing. Dawn's at Noble Park.
Hi, Dawn.
Oh, hello. How are you,
Hello,
Phil?
Dawn.
I just heard Bruce and you say nobody backed the winner. Well, I did and my girlfriend did.
And tell us, Dawn, why?
Because I always back the trainer, Weir, and I win a lot of money on the trainer, and I just like the horse.
Oh, good on you.
And I was very pleased. It was lovely to see her brother, and it was lovely.
Wasn't it beautiful to see her brother?
And
I used to live at Melton. I know them quite well.
Oh, lovely.
Yes.
Oh, well, you'd have a sort of a knowledge of the family.
Yes.
and did you collect big today, Dawn?
I just had a couple of dollars on it.
Okay, well done.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Did you have a party at home, Dawn?
No, I just went to my girlfriend's at Altona.
Oh, that was nice. It was good.
All right, darling.
Okay, love. Thank you very
Bye-bye.
much, Dawny.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Carmel at Oakley. Good evening, Carmel.
Hi, boys.
G'day.
I've had pardon me, I say again, I only bet on Melbourne Cup Day, and I put $5 on the horse at one because of the woman jockey,
Yes.
and I won $409.
Wow, that's wonderful.
I outweighed $10 and got $409.
Oh,
How's that?
that's great news.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It really was. Oh,
How do you
such a
plan to
surprise.
spend the money? What will you do with the money?
Well, I shouted Chinese for tea tonight for the family, and the rest, I'll probably pay some bills, I think, with them. Probably.
Yes. Did you go to a,
But no, it was
did you go
good.
to a Cup Day party, did you? Or?
No, nothing like that.
No.
No party. No, just a family.
All right.
Oh, lovely, Carmel. Well done.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carmel. Good-
Thanks for sharing.
Good on you. Thanks for that. Carol in Ballarat. Hello, Carol.
Oh, hi, boys. How are you?
G'day. Hi, Carol.
I'm very happy. The omen was, I'm from Ballarat, Jeremy is from Ballarat, and the Paynes are from Ballarat. So I put $10 each way and won $825.
Wow, that's marvellous, Carol. Good
When
on you.
I went and collected it tonight because I thought, I hope I've done the ticket right because that's the only day I had a bet,
Yes.
Melbourne Cup Day. So I was very happy.
So what was it? You knew the trainer, or?
My brother knows him but hasn't seen him for a long time, but he's a very nice man. I do know some people that have had horses with him, and my daughter used to go to school with Paddy Payne, her brother.
Oh, yes.
He was a jockey as well. So, and I just thought, I was putting $10 each way, and that's what I did.
Well, we're very happy for you.
Absolutely wonderful, Carol.
Thank you. Good night.
Thanks for sharing your wonderful day with us.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you think of all the money, the sheikhs of Saudi Arabia, and you think of the Irish connections in New Zealand.
Yes.
And you think of all of the other links of these purebreds, these thoroughbreds coming into this country, with hearts as big as houses. And it's these wonderful stories about Ballarat, and I know the trainer, and I went to school with the trainer and the jockey. Yeah, I think it's wonderful.
You couldn't be prouder, could you?
But it really brings it down to almost a country meeting.
Yes, yeah, it brings you closer to home. Yes, absolutely. Carol might have a story too, because she's from Ballarat.
Yeah, we just spoke to her.
Melbourne Cup Day with Robin at Forest Hill. Hi, Robin.
Hello, how are you?
Good, thank you.
That's good. I bet on the one that won today too.
Good.
I bet on it because I saw a bit of the backstory on the telly, and they were talking. I saw the brother picking out the number one, and I just thought, well, you know, I thought it was a bit of an omen, and the fact that she was the only lady jockey in the field, and I thought that was mainly why I picked it.
Right.
And one of my sons said to me, why are you wasting Dad's money? And I said to him, well, we'll just see who comes out in front.
Yeah, don't you share the winnings with him?
I think we might all go out for tea for my husband's birthday.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, good. had a lucky day, Robin.
That isn't amazing, Robin. It could be just that appearance of that person, the word from the jockey, female jockey, just as a sort of an omen, isn't it?
Yes, that's right. I just thought, I got a good feeling about it, and I thought, and I was so happy for them both. I just was delighted that they were so delighted. It was lovely.
Yeah, me too. I think everyone.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, lovely.
And I hope they enjoy themselves tonight, and it's just fantastic. I think it's fantastic for the whole family, and it's great for the race that it was won by Australian people.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, you're so right, Robin. Thank you very much. That Australian, that Melbourne, or that country Victoria link is very important.
Yeah, so rare. It's quite rare for a Melbourne horse to win the Melbourne Cup. You know, as you say earlier, with horses from the Emirates and Ireland and Britain and New Zealand, so competitive, isn't it?
Norma, good evening.
Good evening, Bruce and Phil.
Yeah.
I'm ringing in early because I'm inclined to go to sleep at 11 o'clock. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
And look, what a good news story with the young Michelle winning the Melbourne Cup. I think it's going to travel everywhere. That story.
Yes.
And her brother, Stevie. What a lovely story.
Yeah, it is gorgeous.
It's a good news one. And I loved watching the fashion from the field and all the funny things that go on there.
Yeah, and of course you got more on Thursday with Oaks Day, haven't you?
Yes. Oh, look, it's just a lovely day. Well, look, I hope you have a good morning, fellas, or a good night.
And thanks, Norma.
Oh, thank you, Norma.
And put me back to Ken, would you please, fellas?
Yeah,
Okay.
easy.
10, 3AW. Gee, some of the food in the marquees looked good, didn't it? The entertainment.
It's very
The
extravagant.
bands, the singers, what you could do. Have your feet done? Your mascara done?
How do you go about getting a Guernsey for one of those pavilions? I suppose you have to be invited.
Well, I think you do, and I think you either pay something like $400 to $500.
Oh.
Sometimes for the invitations.
Yeah.
Then the invitation sometimes just because of your name or your status.
A bit like the Qantas first class lounge at the airport.
Well, you don't have to pay for that, do you?
Oh, yes, you have to be a member to go in there, absolutely.
Well, but you don't pay necessarily on the day.
No, you pay an annual fare, I suppose.
Maureen, good evening.
Oh, hello to you fellows.
Yes, Maureen.
What's your story?
Today, when I watched that race today, I thought I was watching, to a degree, National Velvet.
Yes.
Oh, that's lovely, yes.
You know, with Mickey Rooney and Elizabeth Taylor.
Yes.
To a degree, I thought this is a replay. It was so good, it'll put Australia on the map, and it'll put the women on the map, and it'll put Ballarat on the map.
Yes, it will.
I really thought it was National Velvet over and over again.
Yeah.
We needed a good news story, didn't we?
Really lovely.
Yeah, I don't know if National Velvet, if that was a flat race or a steeple. I can't remember.
That's a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
I can only remember her pounding across the paddocks and the pastures.
Yes, and her heaving thighs.
Yes, and that was Elizabeth Taylor.
Oh, what a wonderful show that was.
Yes.
Thanks,
And I
Maureen.
saw it all again today.
Yes, you did.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Maureen, I was thinking of some of the other female people, the females who have come through as being one-offs.
Yes.
The very first of, and we're talking about the female jockey today, the winner of the Melbourne Cup, the first female.
Okay, remind me the name of the first female pilot.
That always comes to mind. And why I'm thinking the same thing when she won today. I'm thinking, what was the name of the pilot? It was Deborah Wardley.
Gee, you are right.
Deborah Wardley will always remember the first Ansett air hostess that became a pilot.
You're so right.
With Sir Reginald's network.
Yeah, good memory, yes.
But try and think of some of the other females who have broken the glass that have broken the glass ceiling.
Yes, I suppose the first woman to row solo or sail solo around the world.
Kay Cotty, wasn't it?
That's the girl.
Had you thought of it? Had you thought of it?
No, well, you had the name. I gave you the topic.
Good
But I'm glad you came up with the name.
Only halfway there.
Yeah, well, it gave you a prompt. And there might be others too in the different fields of endeavour. Women who were first.
Well, what about Amelia Earhart?
Oh, yes, but...
The solo, the solo aviatrix.
Yes, her story didn't have a happy ending, sadly.
Anyway,
she disappeared.
She did it.
She did it and got lost. Oh, there are others, I suppose. I wonder who the first mafia crime boss who was a woman. You don't often hear of women in the mafia, do you?
I've never heard of a mafia woman crime
Nor
boss.
have I, but Andrew Rule might put us right if he's tuned in.
If Andrew Rule is listening,
He's
whether
into all this.
could be bothered ringing in about a mafia female crime
If
boss.
not Andrew Rule, even Andrew Bolt,
Even
anyone.
Andrew, any Andrew.
Oh, Chris has got a story. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Phyllis. I was devastated at the 200-metre mark when those horses crashed into Who Shot the Barman, when it was just sitting behind the front two and making its run. And I thought all that 4 or 5 months of severe concentration and backing the horse in pre-race markets, and it was all taken out by 2 horses, and there's about 11 jockeys facing the stewards this afternoon. And so I thought, oh, please run the race again. You know, don't do that to me, you know, because, you know, like it was on the inside. I found a gap. It was coming through, and then I don't know why these horses, they were all running 6, 7 horses off from the fence, and then they just went inbound, and my horse actually stood up on its feet in the middle, at the 200-metre mark, and I thought, oh, so I was quite devastated because, you know, as I said, I'd been backing the horse in pre-race markets from July and August, and I was just so devastated. I had tears streaming out of my eyes when I knew it was making its run and it was going to be a big chance of winning. And but I do thank my mum for, you know, she actually apologised to me for it, even though she wasn't the cause of it. And but I thank my mum because she was good support during the day, and you know, so. But as people have known, I haven't experimented with cross-dressing for about 10 months, but tonight I might just put a dress on and go for a walk, because I just can't get rid of this anxiety and this angriness that I have about the Melbourne Cup today, you know, because it's not losing money. I only lost about $100 today, right?
Just be very careful, will you, wandering around?
Yeah, no, well, no, it's for relaxation purposes, and it's going to help release a lot of tension, because I have concentrated on this horse for about 3, 4, 5 months, and I was, many of the people I was talking to and all the studying I was doing, and it just all went out the window at the 200-metre mark, and I was so devastated, and as I said, tears coming out of my eyes. And, yeah, it's just a shocking experience. I hate to see those things happen in horse racing.
I'd take a twin set. There's a bit of a breeze. Expert. Ron at Fairfield, are you there, Ronnie?
Yeah, I'm still up. I haven't gone to bed yet.
Good.
Yeah, Bart Cummings, I think he's looking down on us, because now you mentioned before about the winning in Victoria, you know. Now, you mentioned, Bill, you said, made an expression before. Now, the thing is, it's grassroots, you know, grassroots. You know, something wins in the area, like not overseas.
That's what we said, yes.
It's grassroots.
Yeah.
Now, I watched that. Evidently, there was a woman won a Melbourne Cup in 1987.
As a jockey?
Yes.
I'm not aware of that.
Now, it was on the news tonight, but...
I think a trainer, wasn't it, Phil?
Yes.
It might have been a trainer, yeah.
Oh, there's a big difference, Ron.
Yeah, it might be right there, yeah. And also, a friend of mine put that bet on for me yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, the one that won today, for $5, and I won $500 because it was 101.
Yeah. You did well, Ron. Congratulations.
Yeah, now I can give my dog what do they call them, those things?
Oh, a Kong. Yes, go out and buy a Kong.
Oh, you can afford one for yourself. Good on you, Ronnie. 26 to 11, 3AW. Karen at Sunshine. Hello, Karen.
Hi, Bruce and Phil.
What's your story?
Well, I didn't back the winner, but I was tempted to, because she was a woman, and I thought she probably might get up, you know.
Yeah.
But it's a really, really good story, and I was really glad she did. Well, I didn't put a very big bet on the others anyway. And but I loved her speech. She paid tribute to her brother, who's got Down syndrome.
Yes.
And but she also, apparently, a lot of the some of the trainers and jockeys were saying, "Oh, you can't do it."
That's right. In the room with her today.
Yeah, and she said, "Oh," and it is accepted
acceptance speech, she said, all the people who think I can't do it can just get stuffed because a woman can do anything a man can do.
Yeah, it's true.
That's what she said, and I thought that was really appropriate.
Yes.
But talking about women doing first, what about Valentina Tereshkova? In 1963, she was the first woman in space.
Oh, yes?
A Soviet cosmonaut.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh, right. That's a good one.
Yeah, so someone in space is a pretty big milestone too.
Absolutely. Thanks, Karen.
Okay,
Of course, there have been many women in space since, but she was the first.
So the first. That's what we're looking at tonight. The women that have broken that that new ground, that glass ceiling, if you like. And Karen came up with a beauty. Isabel, good evening.
Good evening. I was very lucky. I went down to Wanty with my son and the carer I had for a day. And all the people were going into the tab down there at some club down there.
Yes.
And we parked right there. I'm in a wheelchair, so they've got to wheel me. So they took me in, and they play the pokies there too and all that. And you get cups of tea and sandwiches. You can buy them, you know.
Yes.
Anyway, we were there, yeah. And anyhow, I said, well, I'd voted for Weir and Freeman all the time, but I haven't had a bet for a couple of years. So they said, well, you want something? I said, yeah. So I got the double.
Oh, good on you.
I took it with 2, 5, 8, 10 and 13.
Yeah.
And 8 won the second leg.
Yeah.
So I paid over 2,000 the double play. 2,000 odd. So I'll get them to take me down tomorrow to collect.
Oh, good. What a wonderful, what a great,
Isn't it beautiful, though?
a wonderful day you've had.
We got another now, too. He got the last horse, and that paid $14.
Oh, you've struck.
In the last race.
You've struck.
It's still good.
You've struck it.
So I had a real good day.
A wonderful day you've had.
Can I add? You've struck it rich.
Shut up, the lot of it. Okay.
All right, Isabel.
Bye-bye.
Talking about first for women. What about Joan Kerr, first female Premier Victoria?
Yes, yes.
Julia Gillard, first
That's right.
female Prime Minister.
Yes.
There's 2 more for the list.
Yes.
All right. And we'll add to that as the night goes on.
Will we? All right, yes.
Have you got a couple for me?
I don't know whether I came up with a couple. I don't know whether we can add to that.
Well, I'm sure we will. Yes, but I've got a fertile imagination.
Bernard, good evening.
Gentlemen, good evening.
Hello, Bernard.
None of us got it right, Phil.
No, none of us from last night. That's correct.
That's right. Even the girl that predicts talks to Simon and...
yes.
What's her name? Joanna?
Yes, I heard that.
Yeah, last year she got 4 horses straight. This year she didn't get one right.
Yes, well, that's the luck of the draw, isn't it? You can't hold that against her.
Something impossible.
Yeah.
Yes, well, it is.
And a beautiful girl. She did it well.
She did very well.
Yeah, she deserved the win, you know. And also you're talking about Kay Cotty. There was another young girl, beautiful Jessica Watson.
Yes.
She had a round the world trip, and that time I think Kevin Rudd was the Prime Minister.
Yes.
And he said to her, she's a hero, and she said, I'm not an hero, I'm just an ordinary girl.
That's right.
Remember?
Yes, I do remember that.
She was and then there's another girl doing the endurance race in the motor racing in Britain, you know. Austrian girl, I was told.
Okay. I think of Tammy Van Wies, who has set many swimming records across the English Channel and elsewhere. Tammy Van Wies, she's a local.
No, this is an Austrian girl doing a motor race.
Yeah, I know. As you said, yes.
Is it? She's a beautiful young Austrian girl. I was
I'm sure she is.
Today.
Yeah.
And another, there was the Austrian pilot in the 1920s, a lady. I've forgotten her name, you know.
What did she do?
She piloted the planes and all around Australia and whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, Austrian lady, old lady. I've forgotten her name.
All right. Thanks for that, Bernard.
Go.
All right.
And you know this that song. It's just one of those wonderful days.
Yeah.
If things can go right and things can go wrong. You know that song?
Yes,
it's just one of those days, one of those crazy old days.
Yeah, Cole Porter song. Yeah.
That's right. Things can go right and things can go wrong.
It's like
one of those crazy crazy days.
John Denver sings, some days are diamonds, some days are stone.
That's right.
Yeah. Here's someone else for you, Bruce. Golda Meir.
Thanks a lot.
Golda Meir, the first Israeli female Prime Minister.
That's right.
And Margaret Thatcher, too, in the UK.
Thank you, Bernard. 20 minutes to 11. By the way, top marks to Channel 7 for a wonderful coverage. I thought it was a splendid day.
Camera work was superb.
It was marvellous as they turned that...
Yes.
Turned the straight there.
Yeah, and, you know, blessed with the weather, too, weren't we?
Thundering hooves and the close-ups of their thighs and the jockeys.
And Bruce is talking about Michelle Payne.
Absolutely marvellous. Great coverage, Channel 7.
And the horses' hoofs too, don't forget them.
20 to 14 to 11. Queenie, good evening.
Bruce and Phil. And I backed that horse, not for the horse. I backed it for Michelle Payne being on it, wanting her to win the Melbourne Cup.
Good.
The first female, and Sheila Laxton was that lady that trained Ethereal.
That's right.
Yes, and I had just $1 each way on it, so I went down and collected it tonight. But on the Derby, I had a Cornella on the last race. Phil, listen to this, because nobody but a silly person like me would put these two horses together. Chocolate eclair, that's a cake, and hot schnitzel, 2 at 9. And I didn't even bother much to watch it. I thought, they won't do any good. Well, I did. You know what? I finished up with $207.
You're joking.
I am not.
That's wonderful.
Yes, it was the Cornella on the Derby. And my little Amelia is 8 tomorrow, and we had a sort of a little included in her party today. We had a little cup day party, and the kids and that, they loved it. And we had a little birthday cake for her as well. But I don't know. I'm not looking for Tats Lotto. I don't think I'm made for that. But the fella that saw me and gave me my tickets that day, I put them on beforehand, and he said, I think you've got some winners in there. Well, when he went he was going down into the safe. He brought me, I backed another horse, and I don't know why I did, but I ended up getting $300.
Oh, you can buy a lot of...
Yes, I know. I got 100 today with Michelle. And that family, Bruce and Philip, their mother was killed in a car accident.
That's right.
Those girls and their father, and they've all pulled together, and he just gave them the values of life and what it was all about, and how they would get on in life. She had a dream that she wanted to win the Melbourne Cup.
Yes, a real dream, wasn't it? It's a great way to put it, actually.
Queenie can buy $300 worth of chocolate eclairs.
Good on you, Queenie. Thank you very much. That's a good luck story all round, especially for you today. They did a bit of a look at the parks and the gardens and the backyards and the pools and the parties, but they always go to the banks of the Yarra, don't they, for a guaranteed sausage sizzle.
Yes, it's sort of compulsory, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's where Melbourne comes out. It's always a main attraction, isn't it? The old banks of the Yarra on a public holiday.
Absolutely, nowhere better.
So that was it today.
Yeah. Pam's here in Berwick. Bruce, hi, Pam.
Oh, hi, Bruce. Hi, Phil. How did you go? Did you have a good day? I've been reading a book and I forgot to put the radio on.
Well, I won $6 in a $2 sweep, so that was all right.
Forgot to put the radio on, did you say?
Oh, no, I forgot to put it on because I was reading this book by Blanche DePolge.
Oh, Bob Hawke's lady.
Yes, she writes a very earthy book, I tell you. I can see why he was attracted to it.
Do you?
Yes. But anyway, I had a lovely day today. I went to my friend's retirement village and had a lovely lunch, chicken and salad and meringue and fruit salad and cream.
Yes.
And some nice sweet wine. I love sweet wine. But I was very disappointed because I had Criterion in 3 sweeps, 2 at my village and 1 at this one, and I was so disappointed. Anyway, of course it came in 3rd, and I recouped the money that I'd put out, and I'd bought a ticket for each of my grandchildren and my daughter and my son, etc., in the $1 sweep. So I recouped all the money that I'd laid out for them, and my grandson had, what's the second one? Max Dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
So he had a second prize. It was absolutely wonderful, and to cap it all, I won the best hat in a hat that was 25 years old.
Oh, that's marvellous. Good on you, Pan. Let's add to that with a pancake parlour voucher for your mates to go along.
Darling, you gave me one the other
Well, I'll have another one. It's Melbourne Cup Day. Melbourne Cup for the pancake parlour open 24 hours.
Terrible.
At High Point, Doncaster and Malvern East.
They're lovely. Enjoy it, Pam, and congratulations.
Okay, Pam, don't hang up, please.
Parade for Roth Newton. Get 25% off at your Lazy Boy Superstore.
Shortly, the passing parade, then the news, and then we'll check the weather, especially for Oaks Day. The prediction was going to be very wet and maybe thundery as well, so if you're planning to go there Thursday, we'll have an update for you.
Also, booze testing. It was in the Age today quite a bit. Before you even start
Hello
your
again.
car.
This is John Doremus with the Passing Parade, the story of a financial genius, the nature of whose fate poses an unsolved mystery. His name was Alfred Lowenstein, and in a few short years he piled up a fortune of £40 million, and at his peak controlled 100 companies valued at more than $400 million. I'll be back with his story after this message.
Enjoy life. Your change, sir. £4, 5 shillings. I only gave you £1. It was a £5 note, sir. Was it really? Here's a tip for you. Thank you, sir. And here's a tip for you. Have your eyes examined. With good eyesight, you enjoy life.
Born in 1877, Alfred Lowenstein was the son of a German Jew who became a Belgian citizen and set up a stockbroking business in Brussels. Alfred was 19 when financial ruin overtook his father, who died soon after, leaving enormous debts. Before he was 26, Alfred had paid them off and won himself an international reputation as a daring stock exchange gambler. His foresight was uncanny, and by the outbreak of World War I, he had made his first million. He was among the first to cash in on the inflation that wrecked the finances of many nations after the war. By 1925, he controlled over 100 companies, and by his personal fortune was estimated at £40 million. He was the first money magnate to adopt the airplane as his prime means of transport. He spent a huge amount on a private fleet of planes and thought nothing of sending one from London to Brussels to fetch an umbrella or a hat that he had forgotten. He bought himself a palace in Barcelona, a castle in Brussels, a mansion in London, and a brace of villas in Biarritz. His planes were fitted up as complete offices. His staff worked on shifts round the clock, ready to fly anywhere at any time. By air or land, he dictated to French, English, and German secretaries simultaneously. Despite the feverish pace at which he lived, Alfred Lowenstein always appeared a picture of health. He had a fetish about exercise and kept himself in prime condition. On July 6, 1928, his specially made Fokker plane set out from Croydon to Paris. He was on board, with his usual princely entourage of secretaries, stenographers, and servants. Over the channel, he left the saloon and walked toward the rear washroom. When he did not return, his valet went aft to see if anything was wrong. He found the plane's only entrance door opposite the washroom swinging open. Of Lowenstein himself, there was no sign. A message was passed to the pilot. The plane circled ineffectually, then made for the nearest town, Dunkirk, where police were informed of the tycoon's disappearance. Speculations as to the nature of his fate spread around the world. When his body was fished from the water off the French coast a week later, the riddle remained unanswered. Suicide, accident, or murder? Suicide was immediately ruled out by those close to him. His companies were all inherently sound. He was in the best of health, and he loved life. An accident seemed just as unlikely. Expert contention maintained that air pressure would have prevented the plane door from opening accidentally. The only remaining alternative was murder. Yet this too was ruled out by a subsequent police investigation. The mystery of Alfred Lowenstein's death has never been solved. And after all this time, it seems a fair bet that it never will be. The amazing disappearance of one of the wealthiest men in world history. Our time is up till we meet again for another chapter in the Passing Parade. This is John Doremus. As always, thank you so much, and goodbye for now.
They're all crowding around the old Astor in the pub listening to the race.
Could be in the Kimberleys.
You could be out on it is
cars everywhere.
right, okay.
We'll check that out for you.
And you believe that maybe trains will be stopped on that line for the night?
Well, I don't think there's anything going, because I had a bus there taking all the passengers off that particular train, so I don't believe there's going to be any trains going through
all right.
tonight.
Well, thank you very much indeed for alerting us. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, guys, no worries.
Thank you, Mari, very much. Bit of concern there.
Yes, an incident near a reservoir station between Ruthven and Keon Park.
Okay, look at the weather. A low of 12 degrees overnight. Tomorrow's weather, cloudy, late showers, and a high of 26 degrees. And Oaks Day could be a little on the wet side.
Yeah, sadly. I wonder if Lorraine went to the Cup today, Bruce. Hello, Lorraine.
How you going, Bruce and Phil? I haven't rang for about 6-9 months.
All right.
I'm very happy to hear from you again tonight.
Good.
I just got done out today, $500. I didn't have it in the Caulfield Cup. I never had the winner, I was second and third, and the other winner in the Daily Double, $25. But that's how luck goes. Anyway, Bruce and Phil, I want to tell you about a story.
Yeah.
I just got a new cat. She's 11 months old. She's beautiful. And his son brings his dog down and another cat. I've got the mother. I've had her for 9 years, and the daughter is 7 years. So I was starting a cat menagerie here in my house, but they're all very clean animals.
Yeah. Oh, you got a house full, haven't you, Lorraine?
Oh, I'm not used to having a dog in my house, though. Although he stops out, his name is Eddie, he stops out in the yard, but he comes in of a night. And I'm not used to having my son back in Melbourne, you know what I mean? Because my granddaughter stops with me, but she's a beautiful girl, Jodie.
Is your dog chasing the cats?
No, they don't. No. I cannot believe I got 5 cats in his house, and they do not go near the dog.
That's good. Yeah, that's a relief.
Oh, it's one big relief. But my cat, Dixie, because she comes from family of 10 at Ravenswood, she's uncontrollable of a night. She gets around meowing, and she jumps on the bed and has me wait. I'm awake half the night with animals.
Yeah.
And I feel half the day. But anyway, it's great to hear from you again, boys.
Good.
And you both are lovely people. I just want to say something. Bruce and Phil, my birthday was the 1st of November. I was 68.
Good. Well, happy birthday for that day, Lorraine, and thank you for your call tonight.
And it's the birthday of a good friend of ours today who follows us everywhere, Sandra Best. Happy birthday, Sandra.
11:15, 3AW, booze testing before you start the car. Quite an article in the Age today, not so in the Herald Sun. What do you think about that? On the dashboard, a little bit of an indicator as to if you've been drinking, whether you start the car or not.
And don't you think there should be zero tolerance if you're caught?
Well, this is hopefully going to start something like that.
It works in America and New York.
That if you've been boozing, whatever the intake, the car won't start.
Yeah, like a pilot, you should abstain for 24 hours.
There's a little bit of argument about it, saying, it's a very costly thing for people who don't drink, so they're going to have that imposed in their car. But if you've got nothing to hide, why not?
Yeah, if you're going to have a drink, stay home and, sleep it off for 24 hours.
And longer retail hours, your thoughts on that? Retail hours away from the 24/7, perhaps longer hours? What do we think?
They're saying some shops could stay open 24 hours a day if they choose.
They are, and going into retail and clothing and chemistry lines and booze and all sundry items that are not being sold now.
Now we know a one-off shop that's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you know it too. It's on Bridge Road, Richmond, near McDonald's, and it's a 24-hour florist. So if you have a fallout with your lady friend at 4 in the morning, you can kiss and make up. Go and buy her a bunch of carnations.
Yeah,
all right?
Yeah. And generally longer retail hours with some of the bigger shops like Coles and Myer.
Yeah, makes sense, yes.
Northland and the odd florist.
That's a good idea for shift workers, absolutely. It's already 17 past 11.
Okay, your call's very welcome. We've got hampers to give away from JC's Quality Foods. We've got the football ball, the Kong Junior, and the Kong Jumbler for the dogs, keeping them occupied during those long days in the back garden. And Hamper World Christmas hampers valued at $100. Great prizes tonight.
96900 693.
On any issue at all, how you selected the winner of the cup, unless you go to the cup or have a cup party, did you have a boring day? How did you fill in the day?
Yeah.
What was the omen that led you down to put some money on the winning horse, perhaps?
And if you hate the races, how did you avoid them?
96900 693.
And warming up at the weekend.
Val at Preston. Hello, Val.
Hello, guys. How are you doing?
Yeah, good.
What's news?
Oh, I'm real excited because I picked the winner of the cup.
Oh, how did you do that, Val?
Because of young Michelle Payne.
Okay.
Because we knew the Payne family.
Yes.
We've been following, ever since they were in the racing game.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's the reason why.
The Payne family, they've got a big name in racing.
Yeah, they have.
There are a lot of them too, aren't there?
And they were they're such a lovely family too.
Yeah, great.
So humble they are.
Yes.
They really are.
So you got it from the horse's mouth, eh?
Yes, I did.
Good on you, Val. That's wonderful.
Oh, so excited. I can't believe it, actually.
I bet she can't either.
No, she can't. She's a dear girl.
Yes.
All right, we're very happy for you, Val.
And how are you guys going?
Yeah, very well. Did you go out to the track or party at home?
No, I had a party with myself at home.
Just on your own?
Sitting, yeah. I mean, it's only me now because my little baby girl's not with me anymore, Ruby Rose. So.
Yeah, all right. Yes, yeah. Oh, well, lonely, but very profitable.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing it with us, Val.
The last of the big punters.
Good on you, Val. That's lovely.
Good on you.
Thanks, guys.
Goodbye, Val.
Bye.
Thank you. Gigi, good evening.
Hello, Bruce, and hello, Phil.
Hi, Gigi.
I had a very lovely day. I was, instead of having our honorary family dinner on the Sunday, we had, now for the past 5-6 years, we've been having Cup Day. So I got picked up at about 11:30. Only took us about 50 minutes to get from Burwood to Hoppers Crossing. Very light traffic compared to sometimes when we go over there. And then we had a lovely lunch, and there were dips and there were all sorts of things to nibble on. And then we had it was chicken. Oh, I can't think what it was called, but it was beautiful chicken sort of casserole dish.
Lovely.
It was lovely, and then we had salads, lots of salads, and desserts, and it was delightful.
Good.
And and we were watching. We had sweeps for the various races, including the Cup.
Yes.
And I won. I shared because there were so many of us. We sort of paired up for some of the sweeps, and I shared some money, a win on the race before the Cup. So that was very pleasant. I got my money back that I'd invested, and plus a profit, so I was happy. So that was really good. And yes, I got home by about 6. So it was a long day, but it was pleasant.
Have a lovely day.
I think your cat will be getting a special treat tomorrow.
Not necessarily. He was a good pussycat. He was here, but then he sort of decided he wanted to go out because, again, it was a lovely still night out there. and my neighbour Emma came in, and she managed to pick him up and bring him in.
Oh, okay.
So he's now happily here and not going anywhere until the morning.
All right, Gigi, good talking to you.
Okay, thank you, boys.
You've had a lovely day. You'll have a good rest tonight. Thank you very much indeed, Gigi. Don's there. Good evening, Don.
Yeah, g'day, Bruce. Hi, Phil.
Yes, Don.
This has got to be one of the best stories of a winner in the Melbourne Cup. Talk about homegrown. Oh, how good is it?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not a punter. I don't regularly bet on horses or the like. But however, I do take an interest in the Melbourne Cup.
Yeah.
Because it is a big international event.
Yes, yes.
But in saying that, how good was it that Michelle took it out and her brother? I watched her brother, that Michelle took it out and her brother. I watched her brother being interviewed a few days ago. And I thought to myself, you know, it's going to be tough, folks, but you two deserve to win. You know, and I had this feeling that they've got a chance.
Oh,
I don't know what makes you sort of feel like this, but it's sort of an inner thing, and you think, they'll pull this off. But in saying that, then you get second thoughts, and you say, well, you know, no, I don't think so. There's too much competition.
That's right.
But in saying that, fellas, I still had this feeling that she could take it out.
Yes.
And I think if Bart Cummings was around today, he would have embraced the both of them.
Yes, yes.
No, I really do. I truly do feel that.
Well said.
And he'd have a smile on his face right now.
Yeah.
Because that girl and her brother, the strapper, they did really deserve to take this out. And do you know, fellas, if you put $1,000 on that horse today, have you got any idea what you would have won?
You tell us.
Will you work it out?
No, well, I don't know what the odds were.
100 to 1.
Oh, well.
So there you go.
Yes, you'd have $100,000. Yeah.
Well, that's right.
Yeah, well done, Don.
So it's all good, fellas.
Yeah, wonderful. Okay, thanks, Don. I want to ask you, Bruce, because you know the game and you follow racing passionately. Fame Game, who was a certain favourite 24 hours ago, happened to come in 13th. Would you know why Fame Game fell back in the field?
Well, it could be to do with the fetlock. It could be to do with the hoof. It could be to do with the strapping. It could be to do with his positioning in the gate.
Could have been a loose horseshoe.
Oh, well, it could have been yes. It could, well, you can't say that because they're checked, from foot to mouth.
Do you blame the jockey, perhaps, Bruce, or the horse?
Well, I think there's got to be blame. The blame game is everywhere in racing, isn't it?
Yes. Where did Fame Game fall short? Was it early on?
No,
or
it's the 15th furlong.
Oh, 15th furlong.
It was just past Gatorade, and she went past Gatorade, but then boom.
Well, I'm embarrassed because I recommended Fair Game last night, or Fame Game. If anyone put money on it, I feel I should refund your money.
Well, I think you should, and any correspondence directed here to Media House Code 3AW.
I'll pass it on to Petty Cash.
Why? Well, that's the way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, yes, I'm not going to be out of pocket.
No. Sahara, good evening.
Still there? Sahara?
No.
No, she has a habit of dropping out.
Okay, 28 past 11, 3AW. It's 11:30 on Nightline. We're getting down to 12 degrees overnight. Tomorrow's weather, cloudy, a few late showers, and a high of 26. And for Oaks Day, Thursday, a few showers on the way. Girls, for the fascinators, take the old brolly.
Take it, yes, definitely. Maybe a Macintosh and gumboots.
Well, I don't know, unless they're matching. Kathy at West Footscray.
Hi guys, how are you?
G'day, hi Kathy.
I went down to put on my bet this afternoon, and I would have won, but I fell down and broke my arm.
Oh no!
Yes. so I didn't get to put it on.
You already had the winner.
Yeah, I knew she was going to win.
Yes.
And couldn't someone else have placed a bet for you?
Well, I spent most of the morning in the hospital getting my arm done. So.
That was going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, you can be unlucky, Kathy.
Yeah. But that's okay. It'll heal.
Listen, Kathy, let's brighten your day with a hamper of JC's quality foods valued at $100.
Oh, that'd be lovely. Thank you.
Now, these are full of nuts and dried fruits from your local greengrocer, IGA and Foodworks.
Lovely, thank
so
you.
we'd like to send that to you and sort of make up a little bit for your loss today.
Yeah. No
And
worries.
that'll come to you, delivered to your door later this month.
No worries. Thank you very much.
All right, don't hang up, Kathy. Thank you for the
won't.
call, and don't be too disappointed because that's a lovely prize from IGA and JC's Quality Foods.
Very generous of them, isn't it?
Very, very lovely.
Yes.
Right, hold on, Kathy. Ruth at South Melbourne.
Hello, boys. How are you?
G'day. Thanks for calling, Ruth.
I had a lovely day. Now, last week I hadn't studied the form. Normally I don't part with my money if I haven't studied. And I just took an emotional bet, which was I had a $30 place bet on Prince of Penzance and Michelle in particular.
Yes.
And didn't think about it, and I thought, well, look, just for that reason, as in I do my form, but I thought just for the thrill of it, I'll do that. So of course I was absolutely gobsmacked when it got up and won, because I always take a place bet, because there's nothing worse than being pipped out and your horse, just came second. And it's half the winning dividend, so you still get a good payout. And so I paid for Christmas today, which was wonderful.
That's terrific.
So I can afford prezzies and all that. So it's just wonderful. And I thought it was very touching that they had the special race for Bart Cummings.
Yes.
And my dad was a big gambler, and Bart Cummings paid for many of our special things. He paid for many trips to Ponyland for my sister and I, and all sorts of special things, because at least 2-3 times a year Dad would get a very good win from a Cummings horse.
Yes.
And, I know a lot of people think, it's a bit sort of sordid or whatever, but I think it's a wonderful industry, horse racing. And the people in it, like the Paynes, the personalities of those people are just wonderful. And it was wonderful also to see Darren Weir of Ballarat get a really good win and recognition for him. So, yeah, and it's a day that I feel very proud to be from Melbourne, because you see all the lovely Melbourne people in their finery, and it was a delightful... I didn't go, but I saw a lot of the people in the city, and I watched the race in the TAB in Burke Street, and I couldn't get a race book until I found a little newsstand opened in Burke Street, so I was able to get the race book, because I like to really know the bloodlines of the horse and all of that.
Yes.
So it was a wonderful day, and I've been out buying Christmas ornaments and presents, and I've given the economy a good boost today, boys. So
Well, that's wonderful.
yes, so it is a lovely thing. So, yes, just wanted to say that it is a special day, and I always get such a thrill to just see a girl like that. It's such an incredible athlete, and I don't mean to be sexist, but wonderful to see her beat some of the best in the country and the world.
In the world.
Yeah, so that to me was just a wonderful thing for women, and a recognition of women in racing in particular.
Yes, indeed. Oh, yes, well put. We couldn't agree more, Ruth. Thank you.
And I think today's...
So have a lovely... Sorry?
Yeah, go on.
So have a lovely night, both, and I've just I had too much of my wonderful cocktail. Unfortunately, I make a cocktail called an Irish Londoner, Phil, and it's an alternative to Pim's. It's just a nice big jug of lemonade with some Granny Smith apples sliced up in it, a tiny bit of creme de menthe just to give it a tinge of green, and a little bit of a good wallop of a nice dry London gin.
Oh, no, you deserve to get smashed, Ruth, if that's what you want to do.
You're a real booze.
Oh, no.
You're a real booze artist.
I didn't get smashed, but
No,
I
Ruth,
just had
thank
a
you.
little bit too much.
You know, that win today is going to encourage other women to go into racing, I think. Before long, there'll be a plethora of female jockeys. You watch.
Oh, do you think?
Yes, I think so. That will inspire a lot of girls.
I don't know about that, but the Payne family will go down in history today.
Yes.
Greatly revered and loved in the Ballarat area, with a terrific link to today's win.
Yes, and deservedly so.
Yeah, Tamara at Bulleen.
Oh, hello, Bruce and Philip.
Good evening, Tamara.
It's a shame that lady, the previous caller that broke her arm today, I was listening and I thought, oh, what a terrible way to start her day. Now, we had a pleasant day. It was quiet, not very busy. We had a barbecue with the neighbours next door.
Oh, good.
But I heard Michelle's father on AW this evening.
Yes.
Not the time I left. He's a very humble man.
Yes, he was.
I thought it was, there was no, it was just a very natural, conversation.
Yes, it was lovely.
Avocado on toast, tomato, and we'll catch up with Michelle whenever. But you know what? When she won, it reminded me of the National Velvet movie because, in the end, here comes a female. It was just, a surprise. It was lovely for her.
Well, it's the second time that National Velvet has been brought up as an example of today's win.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, well, there you go.
Lady spoke glowingly.
Well, I'm glad you had a good day.
Yes, and you too with the neighbours. That's lovely.
Thank you. Good night.
All right, Tamara, thank you for calling.
Hello, Kathy.
And Phil, how are you going today?
G'day, Kathy.
I just wanted to say what an absolutely gorgeous day it was today, and I just felt really proud of what the female jockey achieved today.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant.
Wonderful.
I had a bet on two of Gay Waterhouse's horses.
Yes.
Didn't do very well. It's just the fun of it that I got a lot of thrill out of.
I think that's
I
it.
just felt really proud to be a Melburnian.
Yes.
Interesting. It's women who are praising Michelle, not men. Isn't that telling you something, Kathy?
Well, yeah, I feel proud about that too. It means we've got a brighter future ahead of us. And I liked what her speech too. I thought she spoke very well.
Well, she did.
Giving us a lot of hope for the future.
It's another goal for women's lib.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, thanks,
That's all
Kathy.
I wanted to say. Thanks, guys.
All right, Kathy, hold on. I've got a Hamper World Christmas hamper for you.
Fantastic.
Valued at $100. Order your Christmas gift hamper from hamperworld.com.au. So hold the line.
Thank you.
And we'll have that delivered to your home. Hamper World, thank you very much for your Christmas hamper.
Congratulations, Kathy.
Indeed. Annie at Lower Templestowe.
She's gone. Jeff's on a mobile. Where are you, Jeff?
Oh, g'day there, guys. Look, firstly, before I tell you what we did for the weekend, let me say I've just recently driven over the Balti Bridge there, heading out towards the airport, and that incredible ship that they brought up up under the West Coast Bridge. Have either of you had a look at that?
On the news tonight, yes, berthed under the bridge itself.
Yeah, it virtually is. It's incredible the size of it, and it's wonderful to drive across. I think that'll probably leave first thing in the morning. I think that's what they normally do, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, but look, guys, I'm one of those people that was fortunate enough to get an RDO on the Monday. So myself and a group of us went away, and we went in our caravans, and we went up to Marysville for the long weekend.
Oh, lovely. Beautiful.
It is lovely up there. I mean, of course, they're still getting over those terrible fires in 2009.
Of course.
The place is starting to regenerate nicely, and there's a lot more buildings up there, and it'll probably never get back, or it will take a long time to get back the atmosphere they used to have. But it's certainly good to see that everyone's giving it a go there, and we had a wonderful time there. But we came back today, of course, this morning, and we're unpacking the caravan and getting everything ready at home, and then realised that the Cup was on pretty soon, so rushed into the computer at home and at 2 minutes to 3, we managed to get a couple of bets on, and my wife just chose numbers, basically, and she went for 23 and 19, and which was very lucky because 19 was the winner, and yeah, she got quite a tidy sum because of the incredible odds.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
Fantastic.
Yeah. And only picked those numbers just, I don't quite know what they meant, or maybe birthdays or something like that, but yeah, it was quite a thrill, and it was one. And you know, like I'm again one of those people that only bet on the horse races once a year, and that's Cup Day. And I think so many of us are in that position where you just give it a bash, and it was wonderful to think you can put $3 or $4 on and get that wonderful return because the odds were so great. And wasn't it fantastic to hear that girl speaking when just after she'd won the race and was on the horse riding back? I mean, she just spoke from the heart, and she was just so genuine and so excited. And then to see her brother, I just think it was a fantastic, heartwarming story that everyone, you know, it wouldn't matter whether you backed anyone else or not, you just had to feel that it was a wonderful, wonderful
Well, of course,
thing.
and I think that was part of the win, her emotion and everything associated with that win. You know, it wasn't just the horse, was it? All the event, all the Melbourne Cup.
It was a real lesson in humility, wasn't it?
Oh, yes.
Her approach to the whole thing.
Absolutely lovely.
We can all learn from it.
And, of course, the family link, too, with Ballarat.
Yes.
Thank you, Jeff, for your call. David at Mount Martha.
G'day, Bruce. G'day, Phil.
Yeah, go ahead. You're welcome, David.
Yeah, I'll just bring up to say I've got a racehorse and he's bred to be a stayer, and I think he's going to be in the Melbourne Cup one day, hopefully. He's a spitting image of Farlap, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, he's got sort of like the same white socks, but he's got 2 pairs of the same sort of white socks, the same as Farlap sort of thing.
Okay, what's his name?
Super Charm.
Okay, well, watch out for Super Charm. Why do you think he has a terrific future?
Well, one of the things is that the trainer was 51 years old when I bought him, and I was 37 years old when I bought him, and Farlap had 51 starts for 37 wins.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was too uncanny that, you know, and he's a spitting image of him, and yeah, he should go well, I reckon.
All right,
do you want me to send you a picture of him? Or?
No, not really.
Oh, well, you could send it to Ken. We'll put it on our Facebook. That's the way to go.
Who's this, David?
David of Mount Martha.
Caller Reagan said she's heard lots about the jockey, but how about some credit for the horse? And I suppose that's very, very true, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that glorious animal was the one that charged down the straight and won the Melbourne Cup.
Yes. Yes, it was a team effort, no doubt about that.
Right. Is Don there, or are we calling it a day? Don, good evening.
Yes, I reckon that the male jockeys were all thorough gentlemen and allowed the lady to step forward first.
Nicely put, Don. I couldn't agree more.
Well, if that really happened, that would be the scandal of the century,
And
Don.
in fact, she said that. She gave credit to all the male jockeys who looked after her.
I didn't realise.
In the mounting yard or wherever they were doing.
Yes.
Thank you, Don, very much for your call.
Discover.
These lines are called a carrot, egg or coffee. A daughter complained to her father about life and how things were so hard for her. She didn't know how she was going to make it and wanted to give up. She was tired of fighting and struggling. It seemed one problem was solved, another one arose. Her father, a chef, took her to the kitchen. He filled 3 pots with water and placed them on high fire. Soon the pots came to boil. In one he placed carrots, the second he placed eggs, and the last he placed ground coffee beans. He let them sit and boil, and without saying a word, the daughter sucked her teeth and impatiently waited, wondering what was going on. In about 20 minutes, he turned off the burners and he fished the carrots out and placed them in a bowl. He pulled the eggs out and placed them in a bowl, and then he ladled the coffee out and placed it in a cup. Turning to her, he asked, "Darling, what do you see?" "Well, carrots, eggs, and coffee," she replied. He brought her closer and asked her to feel the carrots. She noted that they were soft. He then asked her to take an egg and break it, and after pulling off the shell, she observed the hard-boiled egg. Finally, he asked her to sip the coffee. She smiled as it tasted rich. She humbly asked, "What does it all mean?" He explained that each of them had faced the same adversity, boiling water. but each reacted differently. The carrot went in strong, hard and unrelenting, but after being subjected to the boiling water, it softened and became weak. The egg had been fragile. Its thinner outer shell had protected its liquid interior, but after sitting through the boiling water, its inside became hardened. The coffee beans, however, were unique. After they were in the boiling water, they changed the water. Now, which are you, he asked his daughter. When adversity knocks on your door, how do you respond? Are you a carrot, an egg, or a coffee bean? How about you? Are you the carrot that seems hard, but with pain and adversity, do you wilt and become soft and lose your strength? Are you the egg, which starts off with a heart? Were you a fluid spirit, but after a death, a breakup, a divorce, or a layoff, have you become hardened and stiff? Your shell looks the same, but you're bitter and tough, with a stiff spirit and a heart. Or are you the coffee bean? The bean changes the hot water, the thing that is bringing the pain, to its peak flavour as it reaches 212 degrees Fahrenheit. When the water gets the hottest, it tastes better. If you're like the coffee bean, when things are at their worst, you get better and make things better around you. When the hour is the darkest and trials are their greatest, does your faith elevate you to another level? How do you handle adversity? Are you a carrot, an egg, or a coffee bean?
Copyright restricts distribution of this piece by any means of duplication.
That's it. There's so much hype about the Melbourne Cup that it's all over, bar the shouting, and it's that way, isn't it?
I can't believe the night's over. I feel I've just begun.
Yeah.
I've got so much more to give.
Have you?
Oh, yes.
Well, what, for example?
Oh, well, I might bring up Andrew and Simon during the night and share some anecdotes.
Lucky if you get on, if you get through.
Oh, well, I know the direct line.
Oh, do you?
I don't want to win a prize.
No. I don't think you'll be getting it with that information. Andrew McLaren, look at you. You've got a face like a horse.
And loving it. Very long and very lean. It wasn't a wonderful day. Fairy tale win, of course, at the Cup today, gentlemen, wasn't it? Now, tomorrow, though, the Cup is done for 2015.
All over.
On with new stuff. And tomorrow, Jim Sherlock will be talking on the overnight program. We'll have our serial. Anyone follow? Do you stay up late enough for the serial film?
And that's not till 3:30. I can contact Grace Gibson. They'll send me every episode.
Oh, you don't really have to listen to radio, do you?
No, not really. I'd rather play CDs.
How rude.
Anyway, the serial will be with us too.
I'll listen and I love it.
Thank you so much. And Simon and I will be
What's the name of the serial, Bruce?
Bala ou Nay. It's a French, I'm going to get you.
That's right. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Good night, Samuel, Carter, Amelia, and Emily. Charlotte, Sweet Ella Grace, Little William Oliver, and Sophia Grace. I'm Bruce Mansfield.
Thank you, Ken, and good night, Bruce.
Now that's the way she went on this Melbourne Cup Day.